Welcome to Slippery Rock News at 6. I'm Bridget.
And I'm Connor.
Suicide bombers struck the Iranian embassy in Beirut on Tuesday, killing 23 people and wounding more than 140 others. The attackers called it a message of blood and death to Tehran and Hezbollah, both supporters of Syrian President Bashar Assad. The bombing was one of the deadliest in a series of attackers targeting Hezbollah and Shiite strongholds in Lebanon in recent months. An al-Qaeda-linked group said it carried out the attack as payback for Hezbollah's backing of Assad forces against the Sunni rebels as the Syrian civil war becomes a major confrontation between two regional powers.
According to German Chancellor Angela Merkel, the partnership with the U.S. has been damaged after the U.S. National Security Agency has allegedly been spying on her. Not only is the trust between the countries unstable, but also the future of a transatlantic free trade agreement. In order to reestablish the trust, Merkel said that the case has to be investigated once again. NSA spying practices has been a concern of other European leaders too. Berlin hopes to reach out to the European Commission, incorporate data safeguards into the negotiations for the EU and the U.S. partnership. Hundreds of rescue workers scored through the rubble of a half-built mall that collapsed near the South African city of Durban. Police have said that one person so far has been confirmed dead and 26 people have been pulled from the building. Remains after the roof of the mall collapsed. Police believe that 50 more people are trapped underneath the collapsed roof of the 200-meter construction site. Of the 26 people rescued so far, one was airlifted to a nearby hospital, 2 more were in critical condition, and 18 people were seriously injured. Heat-seeking equipment detected 3 hotspots where other survivors may be.
After a disastrous typhoon hammered the Philippines on November 8th and killed nearly 4,000 people, the country has received worldwide generosity. $270 million were generated and donated from foreign aid funds to help restore devastated communities. However, the high level of corruption is responsible for leaking donations into the wrong hands. Editorial advisor for the Philippine Migrant News, Mel Fernandez, "We would like every cent to reach those poor people there rather than getting waylaid. The current government has promised to prioritize transparency in allocating aid to the areas that need the most help." 2 state senators, one a Republican and other a Democrat, are planning to introduce a bill to legalize a certain form of marijuana for medicinal use in Pennsylvania. Senators Dalen Leach and Mike Fulmer said Monday the bill would help ensure Pennsylvanians can get medical benefits from cannabidiol, a compound found in marijuana that's credited with various medical applications without providing a high. 2 Pennsylvania mothers of children with epilepsy, including a rare and sometimes deadly form called Dravet syndrome, appeared with Leach and said they believe it can help their children.
A student from Washington High was taken into police custody Tuesday afternoon after prompting a lockdown at the school. Just before dismissal, a student reported to a school resource officer that she witnessed another student drop a gun in the hallway. The school went into immediate lockdown and through video surveillance identified the 17-year-old 8th grader. The student was then taken into custody and is being taken to a juvenile detention center. No threats were made nor shots fired.
The Toronto City Council has stripped Mayor Tom Ford of his powers. This was done in response to Ford admitting use of crack cocaine and heavy drinking. The mayor did not agree with their decision. Ford and his lawyer have promised that the mayor has been changing his ways and has not had any alcohol in the past 3 weeks. George Zimmerman's girlfriend said that he tried to choke her about a week ago during an altercation that was not initially reported to police. Zimmerman's girlfriend feared for her life because Zimmerman mentioned suicide and that he had nothing to lose. Zimmerman has been charged with aggravated assault, which can be punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
R. Craig Deeds, a Virginia politician figure who recently had an unsuccessful run for governor in 2009, was stabbed repeatedly Tuesday at his home during an altercation with his son, Gus, who died of a gunshot wound. Authorities believe Deeds' son stabbed his father multiple times before taking his own life and believe it was an attempted murder-suicide. Deeds reported in fair condition late Tuesday afternoon after he was flown to the University of Virginia Medical Center in Charlottesville. Deeds was treated for multiple stab wounds to his head and as well as areas on his upper torso. The mayor of Toronto has gained a lot of recognition in the past couple of weeks for his cocaine usage. The same thing is happening here in the United States after Republican Trey Riddell, a freshman state representative from Florida, was charged today with a misdemeanor possession of cocaine in D.C.'s Superior Court on Tuesday. According to a charge document from the U.S. Attorney Office, Riddell was arrested on October 29th in the District of Columbia for unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally possessing a quantity of cocaine. The 37-year-old Riddell represents Florida's 19th congressional district. Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn crashed during a practice run today. Alex is up next in sports with all the details. Stay tuned.
I'm Adam Thomas, and here's what's happening in the entertaining world of entertainment. It was announced Tuesday that the intellectual property of Elvis Presley has been sold. Authentic Brands Group announced that it has purchased the enterprise that is Elvis Presley from its previous owner, Core Media Group. This purchase gives ABG the rights, licensing, and merchandising rights to Presley's image, name, and likeness, in addition to all of his music, photos, movies, and everything else associated with Elvis. No purchase price has been disclosed yet. Lady Gaga pulled double duty this weekend on Saturday Night Live by both performing and hosting the show. Famous R&B artist R. Kelly, they performed a new song from the album art pop titled Do What You Want. Although the motions and dancing in the performance were suggestive, some might even consider it to be one of the more mild things she has been in the news for regarding her performances and costumes. Justin Timberlake is taking back his hometown as the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee, A.C. Wharton Jr. deemed November 18th Justin Timberlake Day. People who attend the event will receive a bow tie for his massive hit Suit and Tie off his successful 2020 Experience CDs. The singer, who was born in Memphis, was very humbled and stated, "I grew up in a small town and I could count my friends in one hand, and I still live that way. I think I'll die in a small town. When I can't move my bones around a stage anymore, you'll find me living in a place that's spread out and rural and spacious." Marvel's second post-Avengers movie, Thor: The Dark World, stayed on top in the box office again this week, making $38.6 million in the box office. Surprisingly, it only slightly beat out the decade-later sequel to The Best Man Holiday, that outperformed its initial expectations, making $30.5 million in its first weekend at the box office. Although both these films have had great success, it will likely be short-lived the release of The Hunger Games: Catching Fire coming out on November 22nd. Monty Python is reuniting. Terry Jones confirmed on Tuesday that he and the 4 surviving members will have a show together. They will officially announce it in a press conference on Thursday at the Playhouse Theatre in London's West End, where Monty Python's Spamalot is currently running. The reunion will bring together Jones, John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, Michael Plain, and Eric Idle. Grant Chapman, the 6th founding member, died of cancer in 1989. Jake T. Austin's car was involved in an early morning hit-and-run incident earlier today. A car registered to the 18-year-old was found at the scene of a 4-car crash in an LA neighborhood. According to one witness, the crash happened just after 3 a.m. outside the Riverside Villa apartment in Sherman Oaks. The 2010 Audi crashed into 3 parked cars. 2 males were seen fleeing the scene after grabbing some stuff from the wrecked Audi. It is unclear if drugs or alcohol was involved. This former Disney star will be investigated for a hit and run. FX announced Tuesday that it has ordered 13 episodes of a drama series based on a trilogy of vampire novels. The Strain novels are being adapted into a TV series that will be produced by Guillermo del Toro and centered around a disease outbreak team investigating a viral outbreak centered around vampirism. It's scheduled to debut next July on FX. Watch out, criminals of the world. Bat-Kid is unstoppable and will take you down. Citizens of San Francisco and the Make-A-Wish Foundation made 5-year-old Miles' dream come true so that he could be the Dark Knight for the day and save Gotham City. The Make-A-Wish Foundation put out a request for volunteers, but they never expected the tremendous support they received. Miles has lymphoblastic leukemia since he was 20 months old and is finally in remission. We wish Miles the best of luck, and that, my friends, is a true hero. That's all for entertainment. When we come back, Alex will have all the information you need to know about what's happening in the world of sports.
How much are you willing to risk to watch the team that you love? Well, Chicago fans may have risked a little more than they were willing to when the Chicago Bears versus Baltimore Ravens game was delayed for at least 2 hours, and with only 4 minutes left in the first quarter, fans and players were ordered to seek shelter. It was confirmed that at least one tornado touched down in Illinois, with all the storms that occurred on Sunday, especially those in Chicago, where fans wondering whether the NFL acted in the best interest of the fans and the players. Here's a quick look at what the fans expected at Soldier Field. The New England Patriots were defeated in controversial fashion last night on Monday Football to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers took the lead with 59 seconds left in the game. Patriots got the ball back, and Tom Brady began marching down the field with no time left on the Carolina 18. Brady threw a ball towards the end zone that was intercepted. The problem with the play is what was happening when he threw the pass. It looked like Rob Gronkowski was being held. Brady was visually upset and dropped the F-bomb on TV as he was chasing the refs. The Panthers won 24-20. The future Hall of Famer Brett Favre sat down with the Today Show's Matt Lauer for an interview that aired Monday morning about Jonathan Martin's accusations. Favre said, "Pro football, bullying, it's the toughest sport, most violent, not to mention your men, so it's not like a little 12-year-old girl on the playground," he continued. "And I'm not defending or condoning, all I'm saying is my initial reaction was a grown man who is 320 pounds getting bullied. There's a lot of guys getting picked on. Some handle it well, some don't handle it as well. I'm not saying it's right and form a locker room or team stance. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just the way it is." The Pittsburgh Penguins defeated the West-leading Anaheim Ducks last night at Consol Energy Center. There was no score until the third period when rookie Brian Gibbons scored his first NHL goal on a tip in from a Malkin shot. The Penguins got another quick strike from Brandon Sutter. A minute later, the Ducks would make it 2-1 with a goal from Ryan Getzlaff just a minute after the Sutter goal. There were 3 goals in the matter of 5 minutes in the third. Sidney Crosby broke his own goalless streak with his 10th of the year, making it 3-1. With less than 5 minutes to go in the game, Marc-Andre Fleury made a highlight reel blocker a save that kept the final score 3-1. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a breathtaking hat-trick to send Portugal through to the World Cup as the thrilling clash with Sweden lived up to its billing. The Real Madrid man came out on top in the game, which saw 2 of the world's greatest talents come head-to-head in a thrilling contest. Ibrahimovic gave Sweden a glimmer of hope by netting twice through a header and free kick after Ronaldo's opener. However, Ronaldo was not finished as he scored 2 more stunning strikes to put the tie out of the host's reach. Portugal will now join the likes of England and the US and Brazil next year. Mertesacker headed home the winner at Wembley tonight to hand Germany the victory in London, as the Three Lions struggled to force many opportunities against the below-strength German team. The loss to Germany condemned England to their first back-to-back defeat since 1993 when Graham Taylor was in charge. The game was England goalkeeper Joe Hart's first game in 3 weeks after a poor run of form for his club Manchester City, but despite a good save in the build-up, he could do nothing about the goal. Lindsey Vonn, the reigning Olympic downhill champion, crashed in training today after returning from a previous injury that required her to have knee surgery. Vonn tore her ACL and MCL in a crash at the World Championships in February, and it is unclear whether or not Vonn injured her surgically repaired right knee in the crash from earlier today. US ski team spokeswoman Tom Kelly said Tuesday, "We have no reason to believe it's anything significant right now. We're all hoping that Vonn makes a speedy recovery and is still able to compete in the Sochi Olympics happening in February." Knicks guard Junior Smith received a very interesting note from a fan. Junior Smith, who is in the middle of a 3-year, $17 million contract that didn't stop one fan from mailing him $60 in cash after winning an NBA 2013 bet. Smith posted a picture of the money and sent an amusing note by the fan to his Instagram account on Monday. Maybe Smith will put the $60 towards the recent $25,000 fine he was given for his Twitter antics. Next up, we'll be going over to Gillian to see if the weather will be warm or cool down for the rest of the week.
So right now we're in the 30s and 40s, In Florida, it's in the 70s. Texas in the mid to high 60s. Right now in Butler, it's 36, and New Philadelphia at 38, Zanesville 38 as well. The radar right now is clear. There's no rain or snow on the way right now. Temperatures at 35, humidity 61%, and wind northwest at 6 miles per hour. This weekend, there's going to be rain on the way. Into the next week, there'll be a chance of snow and scattered showers. And back to Connor and Bridget at the desk.
So what are your plans for Thanksgiving break? SRU reporter Greg McAfee is on the scene talking to students about their holiday plans.
Hello, my name is Greg McAfee. I'm here with WSR News at Bailey Library. We're going to go check out what students have planned for Thanksgiving this year. Austin at Bailey Library. Austin, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to go home back to West Virginia and spend time with some friends and family.
There you go. Do you have any special activities planned?
Hopefully maybe if the ski resorts can make some snow here with the cold weather permitting, I should maybe be able to go ski with my friends in a few days.
There you go. That sounds fun. And what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal?
Mine would definitely be the turkey, mashed potatoes, and stuffing all together. No favorite. I like them all.
All right. There you have it. Here I am at Bailey Library again here with Haley. Haley, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I'm going home to Cincinnati.
All right. Do you have any special activities planned?
We go hiking every Thanksgiving morning with the family.
There you go. And what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal?
Apple pie with cinnamon ice cream.
Sounds like a good Thanksgiving. Thanks, Haley.
Yep.
And there you have it. Most students plan on going home this Thanksgiving break to enjoy the holiday with their family. Back to you guys at the desk.
Pine Richland High School student Zachary Maggie is being called a hero. He saved the life of a young girl, and today he was recognized for his brave actions that took place on June 23rd. Maggie was at the beach with his family in Outer Banks, North Carolina, when he heard a man yelling for someone to help his granddaughter, who was caught in a riptide. Maggie grabbed the girl by her boogie board, held her high as he could, and swam back to shore. Maggie, a junior cadet in the Air Force Junior ROTC, received the prestigious Gold Valor Award. This award is normally only handed out once every 2 years to cadets who risk their lives. Thanks for watching Slippery Rock News at 6. I'm Bridget.
And I'm Connor. Have a great evening.